Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. This video is about my fourth grader and her multiplication facts. If by the thumbnail it may have been a little dramatic, we are not stopping teaching textbooks. I love teaching textbooks, but we are taking a break. Real quick, if you are new to my channel, hi, my name is Brooke. We are a homeschool family of 5. We have 3 kids. 2 of those are homeschool aged, a 9th grader and a 4th grader, and then we have an almost 2-year-old. If you are new to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe, go back and watch some of my previous videos. I've got a lot of homeschool stuff plus some budget stuff. But anyway, just wanted to touch on that real quick and I will jump back into this. This is going to be a super short video, just a little bit of an update of something that you may or may not have already thought ahead if you have like a 3rd, 4th, 5th grade or somewhere around that age. I don't know where it's going to happen for you, but for me it happened in 4th grade. I was planning when we started this school year, this is now November, we started in July, I was planning on working in learning the times tables in my daughter's 4th grade year this year. So my plan when we started out was that she was going to be doing the teaching textbooks and do it like 3 or 4 days a week, and then do some practice with her multiplication tables 1 or 2 days a week. And we didn't do it. She was kind of catching on to some of the facts on her own. Like she was learning them on her own without us having to do any designated time for that. She was writing some of them down on her own because she was needing to know the facts for the stuff that she was doing in the 4th grade level of teaching textbooks. Like it was asking her, and she knew she needed to know it in order to do some of the problems. So she was writing down. She carried a couple of papers with her, and she had like the 12 times tables and maybe the 7s or the 9s maybe wrote down because those are really hard for her. So she had those wrote down on papers so that she could look at it as she was doing her work. And I'm like, okay, this isn't going to work for very long. I've really got to buckle down and start working on her times tables with her. And I just kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. And so now she got to a point, I think it was last week on like Thursday, she said, Mom, I can't do another lesson. I just can't. It doesn't work. Because she doesn't know her times tables. And I had been telling her that we were going to take a break and learn her times tables and then get back to the curriculum. And like I say, I just kept putting it off and putting it off. So finally we stopped. I told her last week, I said, don't do any math on Friday. I couldn't plan anything or change anything up for last week because we had a hectic week. But I told her that starting this week, and today is Monday, that we were going to rearrange her schedule for her math and that we would work on her times tables. So this is, it happened for me. She is 9 years old. It happened in 4th grade using teaching textbooks. We had to stop and make sure that she knows her times tables. So what we're doing is I still want her to do the teaching textbooks curriculum, but we're going to do like 1 a week, and I'll probably have to help her because I don't want her to lose what she's been working on. I don't want her to take a big, huge, break on that curriculum and not remember what she was working on. So I'm going to have her do 1 lesson per week for the next couple weeks. And right now she is on lesson 60. She's either just finished 60 or she's going to go to lesson 60 when she works on it this week. And there's 119 lessons in the curriculum. So she's at the halfway point, and we are in November. Our halfway point is the Christmas break. So even if she doesn't do any more lessons in that curriculum until we start back in January after the new year, she'll be still on track to finish even early for her 4th grade year before we finish our school year. So I'm not worried about that. So we're taking that break. We're working on multiplication, and what we're doing is I'm going to alternate between her doing flashcards. I have a box that I had gotten off of Amazon years ago that has all different flashcards in it: subtraction, multiplication, division. It's even got like clocks to tell time and fractions and things. If they still have that, I will link it, but it was so long ago they probably don't even still have it. But if it's there, I'll link it in the description box. So we're working on flashcards. She worked on her 3s today. I pulled out the 3 times tables, and she worked on those just on her own. I showed her how to, look at one side and try to guess it in her head and then flip it over to look at the answer. And if she gets it wrong, to say it out loud, like 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 7 is 20, and I make her say it like that. And then I worked on them with her when I got home today. And she's going to alternate between that and then a multiplication times tables game that's on the tablet that she uses. It's the same tablet she uses to log into her teaching textbooks app. I've got a game, like an app loaded on there that she's going to play, and I'll give her a certain time, and she'll set a time. She'll set a timer for herself and work on that for that certain amount of time. and we're going to alternate. I think that will help because she was doing that multiplication game over the summer, and I think it helped her to remember some of it, some of the basic ones it helped her get. But I wasn't like really making her do it. She was just kind of doing it for fun sometimes. So I think between working on that and doing the flashcards and then me quizzing her every day on the ones that she's working on, I think she's going to get it. I don't think it'll take too long. And like I say, if it takes between now until Christmas, our halfway point, our Christmas break and New Year's, then, that's fine. We'll work on it that long. It's not going to be that she is behind in math if we do that. So that's where we're at. And as a reward, and it was something that I had thought about that I remember doing in 4th grade, way back when I was in 4th grade, my teacher had a thing on the wall for every student, and it showed their times tables that they were working on. And I think it was like a rocket or something. So every time you learned your times tables, I think you had to say them at the end of the week or something, or it was a test. I don't remember, but something at the end of the week, you had to know your times tables, and your rocket got filled in, like you had a piece of paper and it went up the wall to show that where you were at learning your times tables. So everybody's rockets were like at different spaces. We don't have a competition thing here, but I did print out some numbers, and I have a paper that says her name and learning her times tables. And then I have 0 through 12 printed out, and as she learns them, I will tape them up on the wall. So she's going to have a little, kind of looks like a collage on the wall in her dining room, because we don't have a designated homeschool room. I have a video where I touch on that and why we don't have a designated homeschool room. But in our dining room, I've got a spot already picked out where I'm going to tape those up, and I showed those to her today. She was super excited about it. Just taping papers on the wall with numbers on them, and she was super excited about it, and she's excited about learning her multiplication tables. So that is it. Let me know when you push memorizing times tables with your kids, at what age or grade, or even if you even do push them learning it. It crossed my mind to not even make her memorize them, because she's always gonna have a calculator on hand. Some stuff with my kids' math, like I have a 9th grader, there's some things that I just tell her she's supposed to do it because she's supposed to do it, and it'll help her in the future, even though I'm like, I Google this, I look up this answer by Googling it, but I know it's going to help her to know her times tables as she gets older. I'm not going to stop making her learn them. She's going to learn them. But let me know, at what point do you have your kids make sure that they've got their times tables memorized? So let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, let me know. I appreciate if you go back and watch some of my other videos and subscribe to the channel if you hadn't already done that. And thanks for hanging in there and watching the video till the end. Appreciate it. I will see y'all on the next video. Bye.